So hello everyone. Welcome to the new space. This is where I'm going to be for the season, summer, fall. I'm gonna record out here on my porch because it's my happy space. So I was working on some things for you guys, including our zodiac wheel. Okay, so I'm going to make an attempt to spin it every day for you guys for at least a month. So we've got all of the zodiac signs, plus we have Ophiuchus. Hey Lala. Hey Risa, how you doing? We've got Ophiuchus on there, and we've got all signs on there because there's 14 spaces for this wheel. So I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do with 14? I was like, well, 13 definitely could do Ophiuchus. He doesn't have to be the 13th, forgotten sign. And I was like, well, all signs. So I'm going to spin it every day, and we're going to see what we get. I might spin it more than once a day if I'm in the mood to be on fire and read, but we're going to see. So here we go. First spin on the wheel. Virgo. Virgo got it. And then I have my dice as well. So we're going to see if there's any significant placements, especially Virgo related, that you might need to be aware of, right? If you're not like a Virgo big three or something. We've got Virgo Mars, or Virgo Venus, I'm sorry. Virgo Venus. We've also got Aquarius, Venus, and we've got fifth house. So you could have Venus in the fifth. Aquarius could rule the fifth. You could have Venus in Leo. And Uranus could be involved. Okay. Uranus can be involved. Let's see if I can get these up here for you guys so you could see them. Maybe. That's Venus right there. And then Aqua. All right. So those are all the signs we've got, and we're going to get into it. So Spirit. Oh, I've got a few decks. Feel like, oh, okay. So this one has adult images, guys. If you are not adult enough for adult images, you can sign off. If you're not adult enough for adult language, you better sign off because I'm a Sag here. All right. I'm going to start with the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and I think I'm going to do the Vice Versa Tarot. Tarot looks like it might get looked up too, so we'll see. Virgo energy needs it. We're going to see what's going on with Virgo. Virgo energy, the house that Virgo rules for you, okay? And any significant Virgo placements, if you have any significant planets in there, it just might be some insight into what is going on in that particular area of your life. One more shuffle. And it's cool because now you guys can see, if you're just popping in, who am I reading for? Well, it's Virgo, and we've got these Johns down there. So y'all can see what is going on, Spirit, please, for Virgo and those who need this message related to Virgoian energy at this time, whenever they are meant to catch it. Hey, Kristen, how you doing? Let's see. Okay. Maybe dealing with a Taurus, or may have strong Taurus in your chart. Again, these have adult images on them, guys. Give me one more. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups. Top is the Magician, Gemini and Virgo energy, Mercurial energy. Uranus might definitely be at play here, especially because we have Taurus out on the cards and Uranus on the dice with Aquarian energy. Taurus may be trining on some stuff in your Virgoian house. I've also got Scorpio out here, specifically Pluto. If you're a little older, watch my channel, you might have Pluto and Virgo. Okay. So Virgo, you're obviously manifesting something really good. The Magician on top with the Ten of Chalices on bottom. Like, you're manifesting, and it's definitely something good. I don't know if you're actually ready when it shows up, though. Like, you might be a little undecided because under that Ten of Chalices, we have the Two of Swords and then the Nine of Wands and then the Chariot. So you might hesitate. You might hesitate. But the Chariot's under that with Death and Justice. So you might be long overdue for a rebirth that is in serious alignment with you. Okay, Virgo, listen. You might even be in your tease energy. Once it clicks, you might be in your tease energy. And to be fair, this person is in control. Whoever they are, they're in control. And you feel safe. You feel safe inside that control. You don't feel threatened by their energy at all. They don't make you nervous. It feels really comfortable. It feels really comfortable. And whoever this is, the Hierophant, clarified by the Four of Wands. You might have prayed for this. This is something you envisioned. It's a feeling of like giddiness inside. You know what I mean? Like you interact with this person, even if it's just like texting each other, but you interact with this person. And it's like you kind of smile on the inside like a kid with a crush. Thank you. Thank you. I did it myself. I did it myself. I got some inspo. I was actually watching reels and stuff on Facebook. Taco Reacts. This guy, he's not like super huge, but he's fucking funny. And he had an image, like a stitch on the reel of this woman who was like doing some kind of water activities, but she had a haircut like this where it was like buzzed all the way around and just on top like long, and she could flip it. And I was like, I want it. I was like, I'm gonna do it. So I done fucking did it. I'm really happy with it for the summer. Like, I don't know about y'all, but my hair, I have a lot of it, like a lot of hair. And it sits on my neck and I just fucking sweat and I hate it. Like, I hate my hair in the summer. And I was like, you know what? I was like, maybe I could just chop it all off. So I did. So I did. Who here has strong Virgo in the chat? And I said, Mars, that was a slip of the tongue for you. How about that? Good. Okay. So the energy is positive, right? We're starting off real positive. Now, we have the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords clarifying. So this might be a part of that hesitation. I think that, you know, Virgo, that someone is still in your energy. I think they're psychically in your energy. They might be part of a mirror, because I'm being super drawn to this card. And there's a mirror on the table, and there's like a half a reflection of a face, but it's not his. And he's watching the couple in the background. There's a couple back there. Let me get my ass up so you can see this. There's a couple back there doing their thing. And he's watching. Obviously, you know, there's certain things in the image that are insinuating. But I think you have someone in your energy that might not want to see you happy, specifically with someone else. And you remember that, like you remember that almost like bad luck from this person, like it didn't work out or whatever, but they're in your energy. I'm not feeling like you've talked to them in a hot minute. So there's definitely the energy of someone who's from your past that I think is still psychically trying to get a hold of you. You know, like they're trying to get a hold of you. It's like seeing their birthday on the clock. Have y'all been there? Have y'all seen someone's birthday on the clock that you just really would love if you didn't get that reminder? I think this person might have had a lot of control over you at one time. And maybe like a similar feeling, even like that giddiness inside when you hear from them, there might be that common thread. And so I think a part of you might be a little worried that what you're involved with now, who you're involved with now, is a repeat. And I think whoever the past energy is, I think they want to reach out, and I think that they continue not to because they can't get their emotional shit together. Okay. I got the Knave of Chalices with the Knight of Swords. Like everything they want to say, it's almost like it comes off or sounds so stupid to them, almost like it's immature. I mean, it's a good thing they're writing it out, you know, but this person might have a serious hold on your headspace. I think there was a time you would have bent over backwards for somebody. Like real submissive energy. Would have done just about anything for them. And it's almost like it's too little too late, because the Ace of Pentacles showed up with the Judgment card, and that's like a divine judgment. I think that whoever you are moving forward with, whatever direction you're taking, whether it's, you know, partner and romance related or not, Virgo, whatever direction you're taking now, whatever new pursuit is in alignment for you. And I think when you start to tap into that joy, that kind of giddy, excited about life energy and where it takes you, this person, because they're attached to you in such a way, spiritually speaking, especially if, you know, at one point you were deep into the twin flame journey, then I think you might know exactly who this person is, but they're not emotionally ready. They're still coming through as like Knave of Chalices, right? Page energy, Knight energy. They're not coming in as King energy or Emperor energy. I think where you're at now, you're with a high spiritual alignment. Hierophant, Four of Wands, you're divinely aligned with something that feels really good. Probably something that you did pray for, like it's showing up now. You know, the prayer is being answered now. And I think whoever this past energy is, they're well aware of the fact that you're coming into it like a rebirth period, into a huge like 10 of Cups, like fulfilled, emotionally fucking happy and safe energy. and they're disruptive. Like the black cat is in both of their images. The black cat's there. And even though I love cats and I love black cats, like symbolically, you know, they are an omen of bad luck. And I think this person has maybe had quite an unlucky streak, maybe without you around, and they're feeling your energy detach and move in a different direction. And they're trying to display psychic or spiritual control. But you've moved into a different direction. Or are at the very least moving into one, right? Mm-hmm. All right, Risa. Let me get a little more on this. Let's use the vice versa tarot. Just get a little more insight on this. So, like, remember, guys, tarot just kind of shows you the path as it's laid out with the choices that you've been making and the energy you've been in. But you're always in control of your life and your choices, right? So tarot is not the end all be all. It's just some insight, and you can kind of choose with your own energy where you want to go from there. This looks like it's good. Wherever it's going, it looks like it's good. What do we what else do we need to know? All right, Queen of Pentacles, energy, back face. King of Swords, back face. Five of Swords. What else? Clarities, please. What else does Virgo energy need to... No, we got a lot of fives out here. Right here, Fonts 5. Five of Wands is 5. Then we got the Five of Swords. Okay. 9 might also be significant as well, especially if you're a September Virgo. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. So we got the King and the Queen out, and we've got the Temperance card on the bottom. Sag energy. Let's see. And we've got your card out here, Virgo, with the Hermit. So I'm feeling like you're this Queen of Pentacles energy. The King's on the bottom of the deck, and it's in the nighttime, and the Emperor's under that. So it's not manifested yet. It's not manifested yet because it's in the nighttime. But the counterpart to the Queen is here with the King, and the Emperor is under it. So I think that's you're manifesting your equal, your partner. Yeah. Certain soulmates attached to you or attached to them are going to be sad. They know they have healing to do because it's lost. It's like a new journey. Yeah, it's brand new. And it's like the cycle, the new cycle that is the final ending to all previous cycles. So it's like a major climactic life moment where you are literally going from one version of yourself, one energy, into a completely different energy space. It's almost like the first, like, you know how books have chapters? Well, that it's like there's a series, though, of multiple books. And so I feel as if you've ended the book. Like you're starting a new book. It's a completely different energy. It has a different end game, you know, like the happily ever after at this end is different. You've started a new book. And like I said, probably one that's long overdue. Alchemy is here, right? That counterpart coming in, that partner in romance or in business or in friendship, like whoever the partnership is. It's like they're right. The sun may be significant, right? Like they're not. It's like right over the way, you know, it's right over the way. It's like through the mountain pass. It's right there. And then you may be, or have dealt with an air sign, right? Because I got this King of Swords here with the Hermit who's by themselves. And I feel like that's the counterpart, right? The old book character. They're looking at the lightning, they're looking at the storm, and they're trying to see the bright side, but I think they already know it's going to be really hard alone, because we, you know, the Five of Swords with the Three of Pentacles, that's a contract that deals with loss, right? The Five of Swords is loss. Maybe even like a battle of intelligence, you know, like if they thought they were smarter than you, or could outwit you, or could outweight you, you know, like if they thought, well, if I just wait long enough, they'll reach out and they'll crack, or whatever. Like whoever it was thought that they had you pegged. They thought they had you pegged. And they really didn't. They really didn't. Let's get my harrow out. What do we need to know about this character? Or all three of these energies? Yeah, the twins. Ooh, I'm telling you right now, if you were dealing with a divine counterpart at one time, a twin flame when you weren't healed, that's the mischievous energy, the previous chapter energy. Then we've got the Demon's Lantern and the Publican. So the Demon's Lantern is like a lure into the darkness from which you cannot escape, being drawn to the light, right? The Demon's Lanterns are like these little firefly type figures that drift and you can never catch them, but they lure, right? The more you follow them to catch them, they lure you into like the marshy swamps. And it's like quicksand in there, you know, and it's dangerous to follow the fairies or the fireflies, right? And I feel like you have a very, and that might be your nature, okay? Maybe you're used to following the path to healing, like where you would go to literally sink so that you can be reborn from the mud, right? Come back the lotus from the mud type thing. That might be your MO, where you're familiar with or used to being involved with certain dynamic shifts with people that take you to dark places within yourself so that you can find your strength. And that might be a pattern, right? Where you've continuously put yourself in dynamics where you're coming back stronger than you were before, right? Constantly going through this self-transformation. And so I think it would be normal or familiar for you to even go back to the old chapter. The thing is, whoever you're moving towards, I think their energy is magnetic enough. And the fact that you feel as safe with them as you do, because the Publican is, interestingly enough, kind of like a bartender. And what do you do when you go to the bar and you talk to the bartender? You tell them everything. You tell them everything. It's like they know half your life story, you know, by the time you're done the night sometimes. And so it's like whoever you're moving towards, and they have that one eye in the middle of their head. So they're super insightful. They might be psychic themselves. They definitely feel a strong spiritual connection with you, a high spiritual connection with you. But I think you're at this kind of precipice where you could indulge in the past and probably regret it, right? Staying in that book. I think the draw to the new energy, though, is probably going to win out on that one. I mean, just thinking of the dice, right? Just the energy in the dice alone. We've got fifth house. It's passion energy. It's creative energy. It's I rule my life energy. And then you have Venus and Aquarius, which is this higher vibration, right? This higher octave of love, this higher way of seeing relationships. And not just, romantically, because, Venus and relationships and love are always the obvious part, but money, Venus is ruled by Taurus, and Taurus represents possessions and money and finances and all these things, not just Libra with relationships and partnerships. So I feel like you're vibrating much higher when it comes to love and money and manifestation. And it's coming from a very authentic place, right? The 5th house energy that Leo brings, where you're really proud of yourself. And I think that's what's manifesting. Like, it might have taken you a really long time to be proud of yourself with everything that you've experienced and gone through in life. I was speaking of twin flames, right? I know, I love the harrow. Hey Booker, how you doing? Nice to see you. I was thinking about it just last night. I had actually wrote it down in my journal, and I rarely journal. I do. It's my Gemini's my 12th house, guys. My Mercury's in detriment in Sag. Writing is not. It's not my forte. But I journaled last night because there's this one song that reminded me of the person I considered my twin flame, because it just made me cry. Okay, there was a song called Ashes of Eden by Breaking Benjamin. And every time he introduced me to the song, but every time I heard it, I would just start crying. I would cry every time I heard that song, because I knew then that he was singing it to me. He just didn't know it yet. He was singing it to me. He just didn't know it yet. And I'd hear it, and I knew it. I knew that, and I would just cry. And Spirit had me remember it the other day, and told me to play it. So I put it on, and I didn't cry. So initially I was just like, okay, cool, like got past that that energy, but Spirit had me put it on repeat, and I kept looping it and listening to it over and over and over again. And I was having this revelation about worth, and all of the experiences that we had, like my quote unquote twin flame, like that relationship was absolutely fucking brutal. It was brutal. I never loved anybody like that in my life, and I've never hurt so bad in my life. I never felt so empty in my life, right? All of the emotions just at the most extreme ends. And I thought how grateful I am for not just my experience with him or any of my other exes, but like all of the strangers that I've met in my life, like who crossed my path for literally 180 seconds. And the impact that they made in my life, in my day. A lot of you guys who have been with me for a while, so we're talking years now, remember when I, on a whim, quit my job at True Green and decided to go full time with my readings and all of the financial struggles, trusting in the divine that I would have what I need, and I remember, well, I know I remember, you guys might remember when I found the 4-leaf clover and all the different signs and synchronicities that I was getting along the way then. Everything happens, right? Everything happens for a reason. Like the day that I went to the beach, you guys remember that's what I was thinking. I had like $30 or something in my bank account, and that was all the money. That was all the money that I had. And I had Archangel Michael in my head, like, go to the beach and do readings. And I'm like, well, you know, I gotta take an Uber to the train station because I didn't have a car at the time. I had to take the train to the shore. I was gonna have to get an Uber back, a train ticket back. Like that in and of itself was like $20, you know. So I was like, what the hell, Michael, you know, Archangel Michael. And I was like, whatever, you know, I don't argue. I went and I listened, and my rent was due in like 3 days. You know, I needed to come up with like $700 in 3 days. And I went to the beach and ended up making almost enough to cover my rent in 24 hours with that whole thing. But I went to the train station, right? I got the Uber to the train station, and I'm sitting there, and there was this black guy sitting out there on the bench with me, and he's talking to me, and if he wasn't homeless, then he was blessed that he was getting by with whatever roof he had. It's the way that, you know, his appearance was, his clothes, and he was trying to make it, he was going to Egg Harbor or something. But he was talking to me outside. And mind you, I was coming off of some really rough energy, you know, like between letting go of True Green, letting go of who was my twin flame for the first time. I was going through it. And he said some shit to me. And I don't know if I've ever I don't know if I've ever told this story live, you know, like now that I think of it. But he said, I can see your wings. He goes, you're beautiful. And then, you know, you would think to just dismiss it like he's just some, you know, some crazy guy at the station or whatever, you know, fucking train station. But he was so sincere in the kindness of his eyes, you know. It's just like one of those things where I felt like he was looking straight through me for a second, you know. And this is after, because like him and I were talking, he asked if he could borrow my phone and make a phone call. So I had said sure, you know, like no problem. I let him use my phone or whatever. And him and I were sitting there talking, listening to waiting for the train. And this is the kind of conversation that he's having with me. He goes, I believe in God. You know, he goes, I'm still here, you know, with all of the different things that he's been through in his life. He was telling me, you know, half his life story while we're waiting for this train. But he was like, you know, your energy is so beautiful. He's like, I could see your wings. And it was just one of those moments where I kind of needed the reminder that my angels got my back, you know, and the synchronicity, right? Getting those downloads from Archangel Michael to go to the beach. And then he's telling me, you know, I see your wings, and I'm like, my angels got my back, you know, and life changed in the right direction from that moment, like that day forward. And even though the journey was from start to finish, from the time I was born and now, like even though the journey was so wild, you know, all the different people that I met that changed my life, even if I knew them for just a few minutes, like it was so unbelievable. Like we act like we're not worthy to feel all of it. Like if you think about light and dark, right? Light and shadow. You think about, you know, the metaphorically, even just angels and demons and devils and whatever. If light and dark exists, then angels, you know, I was thinking about this, like maybe the universe looked at all the angels and said, you will only feel light. You don't get to experience any of the darkness. You're all you feel is light. And the devils and the demons, all you feel is darkness. All you feel is shadow. You don't get the light. You're shut out from the light. You get all of the darkness, right? But the divine gave us all of it. He said, I love you and I want you to have all of it. And we go through this life thinking that we are not worthy of that kind of love. That kind of divine love. We get to experience and choose from all of it. I think for you, Virgo, and those that are watching, you're finding yourself in a place where you're grateful for all of it. I don't look back at my past anymore and feel shame or feel guilt or feel bad. Like, I don't feel sad. You know what I mean? Like, my past is what it is. And I love it and appreciate it for what it was and where it got me. I think you're in your golden fucking era, right? You're coming into your golden era, Virgo. Long overdue golden era. And contracts of pain or disruption it's something that you're not in alignment with to manifest anymore. You know, you've outgrown that kind of petty or need to convince someone kind of behavior. Like, if you need to convince somebody to fucking love you, you're looking at it like, thank you, because you're not ready for the direction I'm headed in. Right? You're not ready to walk side by side with me right now. You know, and I think that you are coming into that union energy within yourself. Like, that's that light dark. The union energy, when we talk about counterparts, like, they are the light and the dark. Just like we are. Like, we are the light and the dark. And we meet them at a certain level where maybe our light meets their dark and it's not in alignment. And it flips. It flips. At some point, they're going to be in their light and be dark to them, right? You're going to be dark to them. Your oneness, their oneness, like, that's just the interaction. Some people we interact with in this life, there are angels, it's all light with them. Some people we interact with, they're like our fucking demons. They're all negative, right? Any interaction with them is constantly fucking negative. We all know that asshole that if they walk into the room, they're going to give you a hard time just because you're you and they are them, right? We have those people in our life where it's all negative. And I think where you were with your light and dark, and they were with their light and dark, it needed to happen then for you to be where you are now. And whatever chapter you're opening moving forward of this new book, I don't feel like your past characters will have no play whatsoever, but it's, for all intents and purposes, flashbacks. You know, like, if you get into, I'll give an example of a movie, right? If you have a whatever number 2, it's number 2. It might have flashbacks to the first movie. Like, there are certain times where your past is going to be significant for you to remember or reflect on, but you're not going to linger there anymore. That's not where you are anymore. That's not who you're with. That's not what you're aligned with. That's not who you're meant to be with. Like, the lessons were beautiful to get you where you are now, right? The experiences in hindsight were brilliant, divinely brilliant to get you where you are. And I don't think there is any going back for you. I think you found gratitude for it. And you're moving forward now. So kudos to you, Virgo. I'm going to pull one more card, and then I'm probably going to end this live and spin the wheel one more time, see who else gets a read today, because I want to do another one. But the spiritual is fuck deck. So we're going to see what reminder, divine reminder, you guys need right now watching this. What reminder, please, Spirit? What reminder, please? What reminder? Ooh. 2 cards. Fuck what they think. And people aren't ignoring you, love bug. All right. So it says, fuck what they think. Put this card in your pocket and use it as your mantra. Today, all day, and tomorrow too while you're at it. Fuck what they think. Fuck what they think. Fuck what they think. All together now. Fuck what they think. Let freedom ring. FWTT. Fuck what they think for the win. This deck. Fuck what they think. And people are busy as fuck with their lives. The way you stop feeling ignored is to get busy with yours. Take up knitting if you have to. Get into it. No one is ignoring you. They're probably just reading or something. Go read. The day you stop worrying whether or not someone is ignoring you is the day you get busy as fuck living your own life. They're not ignoring you. Think about that. They're not ignoring you. Life is full of choices. Life is full of choices. We make them every day. We make them all day, every day. We choose to live in the same energy or different energy every day we wake up and we make those choices. Whether we realize it at the time or not. Okay? If someone is not reaching out to you, they're either truly busy, right? They're truly busy. Or they just don't care. Or they just don't care. Because people who care, even if they're busy, even if their response is delayed, they respond. They text. They reach out. They'll hit you up. 2 weeks could go by since the last time you reached out to them, and they could call you up and be like, hey, I'm so sorry. I've been so mentally tied up doing this and that, and the time that I've had to myself, I've just crashed out. Like, I'm sorry you didn't hear from me for a while. If you're mad at me, like, I get it, but I am reaching out now, you know, like I didn't want to not ever talk to you again, you know, like people want to reach out, they will. People care, they'll reach out. Some friends I only talk to once a year, and I love them. Like we haven't even gone a whole year without talking. Like if people want to reach out, they can. Otherwise, they're busy with life. Like my brother, my older sister, like they're busy with life. I talk to them once or twice a year. I don't love them any less. I care about them, but I'm busy with other things in life. Other people take priority. Other things like, you know, making money take priority. My son takes priority. Laundry can take priority. You know, like it is what it is. But don't forget that. You're not being ignored. If they care, they will reach out. And if they don't sweat it. And if they do and you don't care anymore, and you don't care, that's fine. Decide what kind of memory you want to leave for that person. Do you want to answer and let them get closure? Or do you just want to ghost them, not deal with it, and let them fucking deal? Because I know this one past person is seriously contemplating reaching out or not. And it's because you're contemplating whether or not you're moving forward from them permanently or not. There's this very teetering energy. You're in alignment. Like, go for it. Fuck what anybody thinks. Who cares? You only get this lifetime once. You only get this lifetime once. So enjoy it. That's what you're manifesting. You're manifesting excitement. You're manifesting fulfillment. You're manifesting feeling safe. You're manifesting like family energy where you feel like you're meant to be where you are. And they are meant to be with you. Like it feels so comfortable. The whole situation you're moving into. enjoy it. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to go live again. I'll see y'all in a bit.